Happy Monday, good afternoon. I just want to get right into this video before I lose my train of thought. Um, as I'm on my way home from work, I was thinking, black people have a rape victims mentality. And that's, not black people, African people, around the world. We have a rape victims mentality. And what I mean by that is this. I mean that, how when a woman is raped, you never blame the victim, right? So you never say, okay, she was raped because she wore this or she did that, you never blame the victim. You don't victim blame or victim shame, however you want to call it, but you never blame the victim, right? And I think black people also have that issue. Well, I'm not gonna say it's an issue, but also have that mentality. Whereas we've been victimized for so long as a community that we never blame ourselves, right? So any form of racism, oppression, marginalization, anything that we experience within our community, we automatically blame white people. White people are always the problem, right? I'm pretty sure, people heard this problem before, oh, you always want to blame the man. Now, I want to say this, it doesn't mean that white people or oppression or, marginalization aren't the problem. That doesn't mean those problems don't exist. Those problems absolutely exist, right? So those things absolutely do cause issues and it absolutely exists. So I'm not saying racism doesn't exist. That racism absolutely exists. It absolutely exists on the scale that we believe it exists. Oppression absolutely exists. White supremacy exists. All these things exist, and they exist on the scale in which most of us talk about that they exist. So I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying they do not exist. What I am saying is that we never look at what we could do differently so that these other systems that are in place will no longer affect us, right? Because we cannot control what others do, right? Like, for the longest, we asked others to treat us fairly. Like, can you please treat us fairly? Can you please build correct and adequate school systems? Can you please, practice fair housing rules? Can you please, we keep asking them, can you please not shoot us? Can you please not be racist? Can you please offer us good jobs? Can you please come help our communities? Can you please? And we're not getting any fucking where with that. We're not getting anywhere. And so now, but we still have this mentality, right? This victim mentality, we're being victimized, and we are. But it's time for us to escape this victim mentality, because now it's time for us to decide what we're going to do for ourselves, right? Because it's not the other's responsibility to take care of us. It's only our responsibility to take care of us, right? It's our responsibility now to say, okay, you're not going to treat us fairly, so we're going to take care of ourselves. It's not your responsibility to come into my community and build schools. It's my community's responsibility to invest in the community and build schools. It's not your responsibility to raise the property value in our area. It's my responsibility and the people in my community's responsibility to do that. We need to take control over our own community before others do it for us, right? Because we ask others to do it for us and then get mad when they do it, right? So what are we going to do in order to ensure our own future? That's what we need to be. That's the new conversation that needs to happen now. Like, what are we going to do? Because we've been asking the other for the longest now. Like, please don't oppress us. Please don't do this. Please don't do that. We've been asking them for forever now to treat us how we should be treated. But we still ain't treating ourselves how we should be treated. So what are we going to do internally What are we going to decide as a community that we need to do? What initiatives are we going to put in place? Are we going to stop going outside the community and ask others to come in and help us, or are we going to save ourselves? Because we have plenty of people which are part of the quote-unquote culture, right, who make money, who could invest, who we support through our dollars, right, who could come in and facilitate things within our community. So, how long are we going to continue to ask others to do what we could do for ourselves? Because it doesn't take much, and it really doesn't. It takes a focused, conscious effort for us to organize and decide what we're going to do. And that's my main message. I just want people to think about, like, what can we do? What can you do on a local level? Like, what could you do? You and your girlfriends, you and your homies, y'all just decide we're going to set aside X amount of Z. We're going to set around a little bit of money, we're going to buy a property. We're going to set around a little bit of money, we're going to invest in some books for the school. We're going to set aside a little bit of money, we're going to invest in purchasing some farmland so we can grow our own food. We're going to set around a little bit of money, and we're going to invest in opening some affordable daycares for our community. You know, just things that we could do within ourselves to help ourselves, right? Set up with a little bit of money, we're going to start a mentorship program for boys in our community so they have some people to look up to, right? Because we always complain about, man, these kids, they listen to that music, you know what I'm saying? They don't got no role models. Well, then you be the fucking role model. Go be the fucking role model. Like, you saying they ain't got no role models, go be the role model. Go find some kids and mentor them. Go change some lives. What are we going to do? And that goes for me. I got to do the same. I got to do the same. I got to practice what I'm talking. But go change some lives. Like, because we keep waiting on the other, and the other not going to do it. They not. They don't care. They don't care. They care about our money, but they don't care about us. So I just want to leave that with everybody.